mostly Mundo doing the work there, being able to, as a tanky DPS, to get through the enemy lines and cause damage. You saw how quickly I melted. Even with the Aegis buff, I took a lot of damage from Cho's Feast and from Kennen, so just something to think about is the positioning of that fight. We had all their team clustered up, our squishies were on the edge. Their squishies got caught in the middle, and to be honest, I don't have that many squishies. Kennen and Cog. We were able to drop Cog almost instantly, so when you're a range carry, especially one like kog'maw, you need to be careful about your positioning before you, especially if there's an Ashe in the team. She's going to be aiming for you if she's any good. I knew I could get Cog or Kennen. Either one of them was a highly desirable target, so that's why we won that team fight. Better positioning, and dropping the DPS instantly. Turn that fight into a 4v5. And as for the better positioning, like I said, they were all clumped up. They were not able to get the people they wanted to get into their 2 AoE ultimates, Kennen and kog'maw. I've got a Whisper and an Infinity Edge. This is going to be very scary. I now don't care about cho'gath's armor. I won't care about Aurelia's armor when she gets some. And to everybody else, I do quite a bit of damage. So, and with Janna's shield, you see Janna's giving me, I'm up to 267 AD now. We're going to contemplate pressuring this turret. It's going to be sort of risky because we can push turrets reasonably well, but a lot of our team doesn't have that much range. It's just myself and Janna. We spot on Mumu in the jungle, ambush him. My arrow just barely misses, and this time I'm out of position, and Kennen and Mumu are going to drop their ults. It's going to hurt quite a bit. The other thing is that Udyr was not in a position, so he hasn't even been able to do anything yet. Their team is all clustered together, but we're not going to do a whole lot before Sion gets burst down. We start retreating. We couldn't bring Udyr into play, and I missed my arrow, so not a good positioning fight for us. They're going to chase. Udyr's going to stun. We're going to contemplate going back in. They are kind of hurt, but their kog'maw and their Kennen are right behind their tanky champs, so it's going to be hard to get to them. Unfortunately, Aurelia's charged forward a little too aggressively, and because she's squishy, we're going to drop her pretty fast. Unfortunately, Udyr basically sacrificed himself. We turned around and took the enemy team. Took the brunt of their focus fire. Mundo is still ridiculously hard to kill. We're turning to normal speed.
An enemy has been slain.
And again, with our kiting efforts, you know, we're gonna back off. There too. So, despite Mundo being hurt, we more or less lost that team fight. We traded 2 for 1. And the reason we lost is because, again, I missed the arrow. Not really a big deal because it would have hit a Mumu, which is not an ideal target. But the bigger issue is that we could not bring Udyr into play, and I couldn't bring my DPS into play as quickly, and their team was better formed up. Their tanky men, cho'gath and Aurelia and Mumu, were protecting kog'maw and Kennen, who basically got to dish out a lot of damage on our team. Damage we weren't able to return because we couldn't get close enough, and myself and Udyr were in position. Lessons learned. We'll do better next time. We're still ahead of them. They've done well to catch up. They're within 5 kills. They're still behind on turrets. They're still behind on dragons. We're not losing by any shape, which wasn't an ideal team fight. What you know is that Mundo is still ridiculously ahead of kog'maw by 3 creep waves. I'm farming almost as well as kog'maw still. I'm still farming better than Cho and Aurelia were. Sion's out farming Kennen by quite a bit. He's got more kills too. So we have the gold advantage by a lot. We're going to press that advantage. Again, you notice that Janna has almost no items. Janna does not need items. Janna gets money off the assists. And again, I apologize for skipping. Janna has more assists than just about anybody else except me. And she has her gold for 5 coins. She doesn't really need farm. Janna does her job without needing items. So if you're playing Janna, that would be my comment to you, is to don't be so eager to take all the farm. You know, don't. I don't know. To an extent, this Janna is starving herself. Cho'gath still has Oracle. He's using his farm to control dragon. He's trying to control the map. I probably should not try 1v1 him. That usually ends poorly. Even with kiting. Now, one thing that's not really good for them is that I'm free farming down here. Or I was. I got some free farm. I like free farming. I got enough for my next item. I believe it's going to be a zeal. So I'm going to start adding attack speed on it. Ash doesn't have anything natural attack speed. Now, we get into a fight without me. This is bad. cho'gath was able to move in and flank. Sion gets dropped almost instantly. He's squishy. You see it was basically a 3v5. They recognized that, took advantage of it. Janna ults to get cannon off of her, otherwise they probably would have dived and killed her. I'm moving in, but yeah. I'm gonna fire an arrow at this point. The game will stop skipping. And it literally goes right through all of them, just barely. Another near miss arrow. With myself and Udyr here, we could probably force a stalemate since they don't have since their AoE ultimates are down. We can definitely poke them with Mundo and myself and Janna as long as we wish, but we should not try and fight. Yeah, I'll just say that we should not try and fight. So another arrow missed. Poor engagement on our part. You know, our Sion did his job early, but he got exposed, and then they recognized it was a 3v5 and went in. Did what they needed to get the kills. You know, they need that gold. Mundo catches kog'maw, who's gonna have to flash and ghost. One thing you should never do as a ranged carrier is just be wandering around past river on your own at this point in the game. Unless you know they're all dead. He just had to waste both his escape summoners. So next team fight, if we have one next like 2 minutes, he won't have that up. And chances are we're going to want a team fight in the next 2 minutes. Our team is fully capable of doing so. They have narrowed the lead a little bit more, so we'll have to deal with that. Contemplate doing Baron now. We don't spot any wards near there. So now we're going to attempt Baron. We suspect they have it warded, but I'm not sure. Sure enough they do. Or at least they're smart enough to move in and engage. But there's only 2 of their champions and they're kind of squishy. They don't want to start fights. They can try and poke. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take Baron unopposed. kog'maw's couple living artillery barrages don't really count. Now that said, we've got a clean shot on their 2 squishiest champions, kog'maw and Kennen. We're going to land the arrow. This time we have the positioning advantage, and we're going to again almost instantly drop kog'maw, who's stunned and can't do anything. We dropped kog'maw almost instantly. You sound like Freak there doing a champion spot, like, drop him almost instantly. And proceed to pursue our opponents. kog'maw does not make good advantage of a Cathian surprise, explodes helplessly. Udyr's going to chase, but caught between 2 turrets would not be a good place to fight. So he backs off. Instead, we're going to take the turret. We got our kill, their DPS is down. We have Baron. We're not too scared about them initiating. Mundo by this point is almost unkillable. He's got almost 4,000 health. 200 magic resist. If Janna gets closer, he'll have 200 with her Aegis buff. Yeah. So we got a turret, a kill, and Baron. Excellent day, all excellent. Excellent work. We can't quite push as much as we would like to. We're keenly aware that Amumu and Kennen have not used their ultimates yet. So we're gonna probably regroup, take Dragon, knowing that they can't do jack squat about it, with kog'maw still down. I mean, they're welcome to try, but they can fight us under a turret, they probably can't fight us in the flat. We find Amumu, and chase him a little bit, but decide it's not really worth it with only 3 of us here, really only 2 of us. So we back off. I'm still free farming, taking maximum advantage of this. cho'gath moves in, but he's a big cho, he's a scary cho, but he's not a cho who can initiate. I'm not too worried about it unless you can flash and get me. I need to be careful about walking into that. I do have Mercury Treads. I probably could have gone Boots of Swiftness, but I opted for Mercury Treads because I knew they had a lot of CC. You look at their champions, all of them except kog'maw have hard CC of some kind. So we have our Baron buff. We consider pushing again. While our champions nearby. They're looking for a shot from me, but again, I want to hit a good arrow. I've hit 2 out of however many, not a lot more. I want to say maybe 2 out of 6 have been good, and I don't really want to fight them under the turret where Moon can snare us all and cause problems. So we decided to back off. We don't think we can win that fight. What we are going to do is come over here and steal their buff, because we can. Forcing them to steal this turret means you can probably take their buff. Controlling the buffs is kind of important. John's going to come over here and bring the creep wave down to this turret. Our goal is to eventually push bot. We probably could have dropped this buff, but apparently we chose not to. So we're going to wait in ambush, hope they come over here and try and counterattack. We're going to hope they move through this jungle. Unfortunately, they take the smart way around. They move in through this route. I fire an arrow. It's a blind shot. Misses, unsurprisingly. It's Mundo and Silence Spot are but they can't get a hold of her. So we're forced into a stalemate. Our Baron buff is wearing off, and we're going to retreat. Look at the KDA spread. You see that Mundo and Silent have been getting the majority of the kills. John's been getting assists. John has been in on 2/3 of our kills. I've been in on about half of them. We get hurt here. A little poking war at the turrets. Move back off. Again, little replays, skipping a little bit. Farm advantage. Our farm is just huge by this point. We've got easily over 900 minion kills, and their enemy team does not have anywhere near that kind of farm. They're at least 100 minions behind us. We've got a kill advantage, a dragon advantage, a turret advantage, even with only 3 turrets down. And we have a just stupendous gold advantage. We're going to put that to work. Shame the music seems to have died. I need to set that playlist to repeat next time I record a video. It's a long video. Most of the games I've recorded have not been this long, and this one has not been very high scoring. You can see by the fact there's only 9 kills 43 minutes in, or 13 kills. 9 from us, 4 from them. John's going to come over here and take blue. She's going to need help. I'm going to come over here and help her. I've got a Phantom Dancer now, and unfortunately I screw up. I'm trying to help her, and I jack the buff. Don't ever do that to your support. When you have a support who's being that nice and that unselfish, and has been giving you farm all game, and has been keeping you alive, don't jack that buff. That was pure accident. I told John that I felt horrible about doing that. That was terrible execution on my part. We want to look at builds real fast.